Hi friends, this is your ANR sir, welcoming you to ANR Academy. Today we learn how to write a formal invitation. This year, that means 2020 and 2021 annual examination, you have to write a question on formal invitations. Till last year, you had an option. Either it may be a notice or advertisement or formal invitation, accepting a formal invitation or politely informing about your non-availability to accept the invitation. All these four categories, you are asked to write only one till your previous examinations. But this year, you have to answer separately. That means one question will be asked to you to write on notices and advertisements, and you need to write a separate question for accepting formal invitation or expressing your inability to accept the formal invitation. Clear? So you should learn how to write a formal invitation, and you should learn how to write informal invitation, and next how to write politely about your non-availability. That means refusing your invitation. So now today we learn the format for formal invitations. We celebrate a number of functions. Personal one, that means marriage function of our children, relatives, housewarming, happy birthday celebration. Like that, we celebrate a number of occasions. For this, we invite people in two different ways. Number one, we invite the people in a bulk quantity. That means 1,000-2,000 people will be invited. For that, we have a different format, a card format. For some functions, we invite only a few number of invitees. For that, we may go for a letter type. Clear? So whatever it may be, the contents would be same. Whatever it may be, the contents would be same. In case of formal invitations, each of the following is written in a separate line with fonts of varying sizes. Understood? This is very important. Certain points will be there which should be attracted. So for those points, you should have a different format, different font or a different color. First, the names of the host should be written. First, the names of the host should be written. Next, the names of the invitee. This is only for when you are inviting a few number of persons. In case of a formal letter of invitation, you should write the names of the invitee. Next, how to start, how to begin your invitation. The starting should be request the pleasure of your bene presence or company, seek your auspicious presence, solicit your gracious presence on the auspicious occasion, like that. So when we write a formal invitation, we understand it better. Clear? Next, you should mention the date. Date means what? The date on which the presence of the invitee is requested. Time, venue. This is also very, very important. You should mention the time, at what time they are supposed to come, and where they are supposed to come, venue also. And what is the occasion? What is the reason for the invitation that is to be mentioned? If it is a home warming, you have to mention that. If it is a third ceremony of your son, you should mention that. Or marriage of your daughter, sister, brother, everything. Details you should give. Clear? So here already I told you, there are two types. Number one, meant for a lot of invitees. We go card type. You see, for invitation, inviting the people for marriage, we go for a card. Nowadays, a number of cards are included in that one. But it is a card. It is not a letter type. Clear? So what should be the language? In invitations, you should write in third person. You should write in third person. Third person means what? You should not write I. You should not write you. Everything should start with what? Request the so and so, Mr. and Mrs. N. Rao. Request like that. I should not write I request. Clear? And next. Suppose for any function, if it is annual day at your school, you are inviting a very important person as a guest, chief guest, you should mention. Suppose you are drafting a formal invitation for your school annual day. Suppose you invited the governor of the state or any prominent person, Hollywood actor, Hollywood singer, then you should mention that chief guest's name in the invitation card. The reason is, by seeing the name of that important person, many number of invitees should attend that program. So you should not forget that. Always the success of the program is counted by the number of people attended. Clear? In order to attract many number of invitees, you should not forget to mention the name of the VIP invited as chief guest. You should not forget to mention that. Next. So ordinary invitees need not to be included. The address is to be written only on the envelope. You see, on the envelope, you have to give the address of the person who is inviting, telephone number, everything. Suppose if they face any problem to reach the place, seeing the telephone number, they ring. Understood? So the address is address. The person who is inviting, that person's address should be written where? On the envelope in which you keep that card. And next, always you should use simple present tense. Always you should write simple present tense, and you need not to mention the date on which you are writing it. You need not to mention the date on which you are writing that invitation. And one more thing you should keep in your mind, there is no signature of the host. You see, host need not to sign that letter. And always remember, we write an abbreviation RSVP. Though it is written, most of the people, they do not know actual what is the meaning of that. It is a French word. It is a French abbreviation, French phrase. What does it mean? It means please reply. Always remember, whenever we receive any invitation, it is mandatory for us to reply, yes, I received your invitation. I feel very happy and definitely I attend. In case if you attend. Suppose if you cannot, that also you should mention, very sorry to mention that because of so and so reasons I am unable to attend the function. It is our responsibility to reply. So this RSVP means please reply. Whether you received that invitation, whether you accept that invitation, whether you are unable to accept that invitation, everything you should write and mention. Clear? Next. Address and phone number of the host. Everything you should write. Address and phone number also you should write. Clear? Signature is not needed, but address and everything should be written on the card. Now second type of your invitation. What is that? The invitation that is meant for large group. Individual. This is about large group. And this is for individual. Only one or two people you are invited. So here, remaining things are common. Remaining things means what? These are written as a third person. Clear? In case any VIP is invited, that also you should mention. Clear? Simple present tense you should use. All these are common. Other than that, you should write the name of the invitee because it is a letter type. You see, in the letter you have to and from. In place of to, you write the name of the host. And in place of to, you write the name of the invitee. In place of from, you write the name of the host, everything. And because it is a letter, you write in drawn-on lines. That means like a letter you write. And you need not to break the sentences also. You need not to break the sentences. Clear? So this is the format. This is the format of your what? Formal invitation. So in our next class, we write one invitation. We draft one invitation in our next class. Till then, I think you enjoyed the teaching. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel General English All for Competitive Examinations. Thank you. Have a nice day.